We are in the beautiful city of Chicago, Illinois, my hometown, for the weekend. But I got a video for y'all today. So with the help of Lou and Mary from the Long Island Dash Experience, let's talk about which promotions on the apps are the best and why. I'll kick it over to Lou and Mary. Hope you enjoy the video.
What is going on, everybody? Lou and Mary here from the Long Island Dash Experience. Today we're doing something a little bit different, as today we are doing a video here in collaboration with Mr.BetonYou, Pedro DoorDash Santiago. And today we are going to be talking about two different things. We're going to be comparing the different bonus pays, peak pay, things like that the three food delivery apps have, along with actually talking about the shop and pay differences as well, what we like about them, what we don't. And yeah, I mean, this video is going to be completely raw. There's really, we just got the topics and we're just going to have the conversation. So conversation begin. All right, so peak pay versus quests versus missions. Should we first talk about them, so in case some people don't know what they are?
Well, peak pay is on DoorDash, right?
Yeah, peak pay is on DoorDash.
And quests are on Uber.
Quests are on Uber.
And missions are on GrubHub.
On GrubHub.
So where do you want to start? Which one do you want to go?
So I guess we'll start with peak pay first. That's the one that people are most familiar with. Mm-hmm.
We don't see it much in our area.
We don't. Actually, it's kind of interesting because I looked up on DoorDash tonight.
Statistics?
No, just I wish I had that. But I mean, we know that especially in our area, we don't see peak pay a lot.
Right.
But this is actually what we see often in our area.
Surrounding areas, we see it.
We see it, but I see it a lot here. It seems to be at night, like
in the middle of the night,
either in the middle of the night
or early in the morning, like 1 to 3 o'clock in the morning.
Right, when people just aren't really going out, and I think that's because of the fact that it's to encourage people to go out.
But are people ordering?
And
where are they ordering from?
The fast food places are open really late, aren't they?
Oh, I guess.
I guess some of them are open like 24 hours, whatever. 7-Eleven, they could be ordering from. Yeah, so you'll see really high peak pay there. Okay. Comment below, in your guys' area, do you guys get peak pay at like different times? Like, when do you guys notice that you get peak pay from DoorDash? Other than that,
and then it's when there's bad weather, we'll get peak pay.
Like if there's
this year
really bad, it has to be like really bad weather.
And this winter in New York, we had one snow day. Mm-hmm. Or maybe 2 snow days, but one like that maybe it was going to accumulate, but it really didn't do anything. But other than that, once in a while when it rains. Yeah. And yeah.
I'll also notice peak pay in worse areas. For example, like when I look through the promotions and I see the peak pay, like I'll notice there's more peak pay offered like in the Bronx, for example, which is one of the highest crime areas in New York, probably in the country.
Yeah.
So you'll notice areas that have that are just high crime areas is going to have peak pay.
Yes.
Which is kind of messed up in a way because like the peak pay is usually like an additional $1, $2. I think the highest peak pay I think I've seen maybe is $3. Mm-hmm. Like, woohoo, I'm going to go deliver in some area where my life is going to be in danger, but hey, I'm going to get an extra $3 per delivery. So that'll be worth it if, something bad happens to me, which is, kind of ridiculous in my opinion.
That's ridiculous. So Uber has
the Quest, which I think are pretty cool.
Yeah, we get them often. We haven't in a while.
But
we haven't really been going out on Friday nights. And that's usually when they would have it, Friday and Saturday.
Usually Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They were doing them like literally every single weekend, and then they just stopped. So we'll see for the summertime if they start doing it again.
Yeah,
it'd be great.
And those are like great. Like it's usually like 3 or 5.
It's usually so it's usually $5 for every 3. Yeah. So in retrospect, I mean, just, I'm just going to do the math here on my calculator. 5 divided by 3. It's only $1.66 per order extra.
Right. But it gives you incentive to do them and to maybe pick up what we do is like, we'll do like two good orders, and then the third one will kind of be like iffy because we're getting that extra $5. Right. So it makes up for that being like a questionable order. And that's just our way of doing it.
Yeah, and I think like at least with quests, when, $2 peak pay is better than quests.
Yeah.
Okay? But it's so random. First of all, what's nice about quests is their plans. You know when they're coming. Peak pay can be very random at times.
Yeah, they usually tell you.
But even though you're only, in theory, really getting an extra $1.66 per order, it's almost like a video game.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of, it's a lot of fun.
Level up.
Right, exactly. So it's a
But-
lot of fun to try and get it.
But the downside is they only let you do 2. It's usually 2, right?
In terms of, what do you mean by
Like
2?
you can
yeah. You can only complete 2.
2
So
quests
it's
in a
not
night.
unlimited. So the most you can get is
an extra 10.
$10. Yeah, that's the thing that kind of sucks about it. So I think it's interesting because like I think quests are really exciting, but then when you break down the math, like,
Right.
are really quests that great?
Right.
You know?
Well, if you think about it, it's only $1.66.
Yeah. So
But if you think about it this way, DoorDash is only giving you $1.50, so it's a little bit more than they're giving.
yeah. So I have a thought after we finish talking about missions about like my thought about these and if we really should worry too much about these or not. The final thing, which is something that we've never done, because it's really hard, is missions on GrubHub.
Right, missions on GrubHub, and we'll go out and we'll get 1 or 2 orders.
Yeah. The problem
for GrubHub.
The problem with the missions on GrubHub is the way a lot of them read, and they're all different. They'll do different missions, and yeah, missions in a way kind of had that same feel from a standpoint of achieving something like quests do, but they're way more difficult to do because a lot of the missions that GrubHub has, they require you to complete a certain amount of orders without declining an order. So I've seen where you have like a mission where you have to complete 5 orders without skipping an order.
Right.
And the two big issues there, A, the frequency that GrubHub sends orders, which at times can be just minuscule
Right.
to be able to even complete the quest, the mission in the amount of time that you have to complete it.
Right.
And second is the
orders
the orders,
themselves.
the orders are terrible. The orders are terrible.
Right.
So it's like the amount of money. Like I noticed that their missions, for example, complete 5 orders and get $10. So it's good in theory, right? It's $2 extra per order. You know, which it may seem like, oh, that's really good, an extra $2, which is again the same thing like the other guys are doing. But now the sacrifice you have to make of taking orders you don't want to have, you don't want to take. You know, I don't really think they're good. So of the 3, I think I know your answer, but like, which one do you think it makes the most logical sense? If you were going to chase one of them, would you chase the? So you would chase the quests. Yeah, I think so too.
And it makes it fun.
Right, it makes it fun. I mean, I think the other issue I find with Peak Pay, and the reason why I don't think you'd want to chase Peak Pay is when Peak Pay comes out and you get a notification, oh, there's Peak Pay. Every driver is getting that notification.
Right. Exactly.
So
and the more drivers are out there, they're not going to. The less chances that they're even going to have Peak Pay.
Right. Exactly. Or the less chances you're going to get an order because there's so many more drivers out.
Right.
So that makes a lot more competition compared to the quests with Uber. So I definitely agree with you. It would be fun one day to do some kind of a challenge on a day we don't really feel like making a lot of money and do the GrubHub mission. But I think we'd just be sitting around twiddling our thumbs.
Yeah, exactly. We're yeah.
Yeah.
That would be very hard to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
Now, as a bonus to this conversation, even though we're not really talking about the grocery apps, Instacart and their guaranteed pay, to me, destroys all of this.
Yeah.
To me, it destroys all of this. But that's for
They
another.
They haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, they haven't done it in a while, but that's for another video at another time.
Yeah.
So comment below. What do you guys think? What is your favorite incentive from the 3 food delivery apps? Which one do you like? Which one do you kind of go out of your way to do, or do you not go out of your way to do any of them and just look at them as, as a positive, as a negative? I mean, I think in the end, of course, they're positive. I mean, it's still extra money. You know, if I can make an extra $1.66 off of 6 orders on Uber, why not? You know, especially to make up for maybe some lower tips or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
So the other thing we're going to talk about is Mary's favorite, the shopping pays. So we have DoorDash and we have Uber Eats.
Right.
What are the main differences between the two that you have found as the one doing most of the shopping?
Well, DoorDash is easier because it actually you scan and it'll tell you if you have the right item.
Yeah.
And it's easier to exchange, like if you need to replace. Uber is very hard to replace things. You have to, and then you've come into instances where you've had to replace something for a higher amount of money, and then you've had to pay out of pocket.
Yes.
For it, and then
which is terrible.
You get reimbursed, but
it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
And it's scary because what if you don't get reimbursed?
Right. And I feel DoorDash's interface with the customer is easier than Uber Eats as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think the communication, the one thing that's driven me nuts about Uber Eats, Shop and Pay, and I think first of all, I'll just say I think all Shop and Pays are good. Mm-hmm. I think the concept of them are good, but obviously not all of them are good because we've seen some really bad Shop and Pays. I will say though that in general, DoorDash's Shop and Pay offers are better than Uber's.
Yes.
When we first got Uber Shop and Pays, they were like ridiculous. We saw a couple that we were like, oh my God, this is like insane money.
Right.
But now we've just seen some really, really bad ones.
Well, maybe they were using the same concept as from Corner Shop because it was all kind of the same thing.
True.
And now that Corner Shop is gone.
Yeah.
Then
I still can't imagine ever doing an Uncle Giuseppe's order on Uber Eats. It'd just be a complete disaster.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because one of the to me, because we do a lot of Instacart, so communication with the customer is just so important, and Uber makes it just so difficult
to
communicate with the customer.
Both of them, because we're so used to Instacart where you can actually like look on the bottom and you can see what the items are. I wish there was a way that both of those apps would do that, so you kind of have an idea of like what you're going to be getting when you're going to the stores.
Yeah, at least DoorDash. I don't think Uber Eats does it, but DoorDash at least has because we've done Shop and Pay orders as customers, and you can put in what you would like as a potential replacement. DoorDash does that. I don't think Uber Eats does that, but we've never even done shopping on Uber Eats. But we've done shopping on DoorDash before.
Right.
But just the communication all around is just 10 times better on DoorDash, and the swapping ability. On Uber Eats, I can't believe it. When we send a picture, to a customer and they can't see the freaking picture. Right. It's a complete joke. Yeah. It's a complete joke. It makes me angry. I'm getting angry right now even thinking about the fact that they go, oh, the picture's too small. Well, because Uber Eats app, it's like just don't order. All right. So if you're a customer watching this video, but do yourself a favor. Don't order off of Uber Eats for your shop.
Because it's a pain for the shopper.
And pain for shopper and pain for you because you get a picture that you need a freaking a telescope to be able to even see what the hell the picture even is. Maybe a microscope. A microscope, that too.
Telescope, you'll be looking at the stars.
Oh, okay. Well, if they throw the picture up in the air and then I'm looking at the telescope and then we can find it. So I think we both agree DoorDash obviously is just so much better for the Shop and Pays. Comment below, what do you guys like better for Shop and Pays, Uber Eats or DoorDash? Because some people might like the Uber Eats.
Yeah, and tell us why.
In fact, Madeline, our daughter, who does both the apps, likes the Uber Eats.
Yeah, she loves the Uber Eats better.
So maybe we're just bitter. We're just bitter people.
Change our minds.
Change our minds. Mm-hmm. Yes. But in my opinion, Instacart's better than both of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Shipped. I mean, listen, we also are on Shipped, and we have no idea because we never get any orders.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a whole other video. That's a whole other video. We could do an hour-long video about Shipped.
Yeah.
Yeah. But guys, you guys like this kind of video from us? Doing these kind of videos over here on Pedro's channel. Thank you, Pedro, once again, as always, for having us on your channel. Really, really appreciate it. If you guys have not checked out our channel yet, I know there are a ton of people who have maybe not checked it out, not subscribed to it, whatever the case may be. We are Mary and Lou. We are the Long Island Dash Experience. Mm-hmm. We have 2 videos going up a week. It's ride-along vlogs, good times, just us, camera. You guys are the fly on the wall, coming hanging out with us, and we have fun doing it.
See what shenanigans we get up to.
It's always something. So
always an adventure.
Always an adventure. Always a new adventure. So thank you guys so much for checking us out, and until next time. I'm Lou, she's Mary, and we're the Long Island Dash Experience. See ya!
If you like this video or others, check out this one here. Consider hitting subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments.